Hello, welcome to the Garden Gurus. I'm Trevor Cochran. We've got another brilliant program for you today, packed full of down-to-earth gardening advice. Lots of inspiration, lots of amazing products to make gardening so much easier and more successful. Here's what's coming up on today's show. This week on the Garden Gurus, Nige springs into action, sharing his top spring jobs to do. Lydia offers her home gardener tips for growing finger limes. And I'll show you how to get your grass looking trim and terrific just in time for spring.
With spring in the air and the weather warming up, plants are growing and flowering, and it really is a beautiful thing. But they're not the only ones strutting their stuff. Insects are in full flight too, and some of them are keen to feast on your lovely plants. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of insects and the vital role they play for the well-being of the planet, including being part of a nutritious diet, as I found out at the Chiang Mai night markets on an explore trip a few years ago, back in the good old days when we could travel the world quite freely. That's nasty! Back in the garden, some insects are proven plant pests, sucking sap and chewing leaves and causing serious damage. Common offenders include various scale, aphids, leaf miners, spider mites and mealybugs, to name a few. And controlling them in a safe and environmentally friendly way just goes hand in hand with good gardening practices. Seasol have recently released a new earth care range to help gardeners safely tend to various pests and diseases in an environmentally friendly way, and Enviro Pest Oil insect spray does just that. Enviro Pest Oil is an Australian certified organic paraffin pest oil made from food-grade paraffin oil with extra UV absorber to increase its UV effectiveness to more than 98%. That is safe for the environment, humans and pets. The amount of paraffin oil is so safe that it is used in some laxatives, but that's not how it works on the insects. It just smothers them and then they just gently fall asleep, permanently. Shake well before use and continue to shake whilst in use. Spray on the whole leaf, including the underside, until it runs off the leaf. It also works a treat as a leaf shine for indoor plants. Give pests a spray and send them on their way. Make sure you only target pest insects and don't spray beneficial ones. Things like ladybugs, lacewings, praying mantis, spiders, wasps, and of course, bees.
I get great pleasure sharing gardening inspiration across the country on the Garden Gurus. It's all about making our environment better and enjoying the pleasure of flowers and plants. Now, each week we answer your gardening questions on Garden Gurus Live. And Gail from the Central Coast, New South Wales, wants to know why a fiddle leaf fig is not looking so good. Well, Gail, I can tell you these plants sulk. If you move them and it's a little windy, it's wet, it's cold, they'll drop their leaves. One thing for certain is they are almost impossible to kill. Yeah, they'll look awful for a while, but soon they'll start to look this gorgeous.
As a vet, I'm passionate about animals and the environment. I'm also a devoted home gardener. My passion for homegrown food has flourished with each season's produce, and this incredible plant here is in season in our garden, and I think you'll love it in yours too.
Native to subtropical rainforests along the border of southeast Queensland and New South Wales, finger limes are an extraordinary bush food. They grow as an understory shrub or tree, but will grow elsewhere, like here in Perth. The lime's ornamental finger-shaped fruit are thought to have the widest range of colour variation within the citrus family. This makes it exciting for the home gardener, who can grow different coloured cultivars.
Rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, folate, and potassium, this fruit can be used anywhere where lemon or lime might be added. In salads, seafood dishes, curries, and it's delish as an acid splash in ceviche. Look at these beautiful caviar-like bubbles.
When growing them in a home garden, it is important to try to mimic its natural subtropical habitat. These trees are best placed in a semi-sheltered spot. I'm placing mine against a north-facing wall where they receive morning and filtered afternoon sun.
As far as care goes, remember you want to have them growing in great soil. This potting mix here will do the job either in pots or as a planting mix in garden beds, but it does great in pots in our garden. Remember that sea soil is great for getting it settled when planting, then feed with an all-round controlled release fertilizer, ideally with microbes like these. The results I get are sensational, and it feeds for 4 to 6 months.
Keep in mind they are a bit prickly, which makes them a great barrier planting for security purposes. If you have small kids or pets, think about the garden's design and consider placing your finger lime plants out of reach, keeping little ones safe from the spiky spines.
They're a great source of fiber and help build our immunity to common ailments such as colds and flu. The most important thing is they taste delicious. So drop into your local garden center and grab one for your backyard. They're in the fruit section of all good garden centers.
Just pulling a few weeds out of the lawn here, folks. Some oxalis, I've got some clover, cudweed, you name it, it's a smorgasbord. And it can be a chore, but to make life easier, get yourself one of these weeding tools, push that in. Just because of the shape of the tool, you get great leverage, and you'll always pull out some of those more difficult and stubborn contractile roots. And before you know it, your lawn will be the envy of the whole suburb.
During the year, your garden is going to have different demands throughout the different seasons. There is, however, one thing that never changes. You need to keep the garden neat and tidy. There is one tool that will help you do that throughout the year. It is, of course, the grass trimmer. But when you get a grass trimmer, you want to make sure there's a few things that happen. One is it's got to be easy to start, it's got to be easy to maintain, and most importantly, easy to use. And it's got to give you a nice, clean cut every time. That makes it an absolute asset in the garden shed. Still's range of battery grass trimmers is one of the biggest in Australia, with an impressive 8 models. It's all about battery these days, and they've got you covered. Whether you have a small courtyard in the city, a larger block in the suburbs, acreage in the country, or if you're a professional looking to make a switch. One of the latest models to join Still's impressive lineup of battery-powered garden tools is this one, the FSA 60R. It's part of Still's AK battery system, which now has 11 tools in total, including lawnmowers, chainsaws, blowers and hedge trimmers, all of which are powered by the same battery system and suited to medium to larger size gardens. Now, this has to be one of the best balanced and lightest grass trimmers I have ever used. And because it's battery powered, well, you simply pop the battery into the slot at the back and you are ready to go. There's no dragging cables around or messy mixing fuel. And it comes with 2 cutting head options. You've got the auto cut and you've got the poly cut. The auto cut head is a great option if you're looking to achieve that picture perfect edge around your lawn. If you're one to let your grass get nice and long, then let the polycut head, which is great at slashing through thick lawns, do its job. This wire spacing guard is perfectly designed to meet the same length as the line, meaning you can trim right up to the edge too and around your fences, the base of trees, and even play equipment without leaving any damage behind. Now, one of the biggest pain points that people have with line trimmers is the line being spooled out or completely running out of line and having to re-spool it, put line back on the head. Now, that's not a problem with the FSA 60R. The mowing head simply needs a firm tap on a hard surface when the head is at full revs. A new line automatically adjusts to the correct length. Once the line has run out, it can be refilled without opening the housing. Simply feed through a length of line, turn the knob until it's wound in, and then snip, and you're ready to go. And when it comes to run time, this trimmer really can go the distance. On a single charge, it's capable of trimming over 1.25 kilometres of lawn edges with the recommended battery. I'm going to need a bigger lawn to do this one justice. Now, this is all the result of 95 years of German engineering excellence. And if you want to get your hands on these fabulous grass trimmers, you'll have to pop into your local Stihl dealer. It's the only place you can find quality Stihl products. Now, the thing to remember with this is they will help you choose the right tool for the right job. It's all part of the service. Remember, quality results only come from quality tools.
The majority of varieties of lawn we grow in Australia are what we call warm season varieties. Now, the upside is they look absolutely fantastic for 9 months of the year. Green, and whatever you do to them, they won't stop growing. The downside is they slow down for the other 3 months. They look yellow, dull, and I usually refer to them as looking just a little flat. I'm a bit partial to buffalo lawn. I really like the broadleaf and dark colour. Gardening is all about soil, and when it comes to growing lawns, there is no exception. Keeping the soil healthy at this time of the year will result in a quick turnaround from winter yellows. Low soil temperatures result in a few problems. The growth rate slows down, and in many areas where soil isn't draining, the weeds and moss appears. Take to the lawn with a pitchfork to aerate the soil. If there's any moss on the soil surface, it stops the buffalo runners from growing into one another and giving a really thick, beautiful lawn. Add to that lots of shade, whether it's from trees or leaves, and lots of moisture hanging around, and it really adds to the problem. Buffalo runners are formed on the soil surface and lay over each other, while other varieties such as cooch form runners under the ground. After aerating, apply a very light top dressing of soil improver or fine compost. That's been formulated specially for lawns. Grab a rake or use your hands to fill in the holes. Use the back of the rake, trust me, it makes the job a whole lot easier. Growth rates of warm season grasses is totally related to soil temperature. And at this time of the year, it's the perfect time to hit it with a fertiliser. Now, as this temperature rises, it can take up the nutrients, and you'll find the lawn will grow really well. Also, you're looking for one that's going to be specially formulated for buffalo lawns, and also it's got added iron. And what the iron's going to do is your best friend. It's going to make the lawn look really deep green and increase its health and resistance to disease. Slow release formulations are the future of feeding plants in our climate. They release their nutrients gradually over time through moisture and temperature. So with a little bit of water and a higher soil temperature, the lawn definitely benefits. And there's a huge difference in releasing nutrients and dumping them. And some of our lesser quality formulations on the market are prone to dumping. And what happens? All the nutrients are available to the plant at once, and then they leach past the root zone to our waterways. Scott's Lawn Builder Buffalo Slow Release Fertiliser has a very low phosphorus level, which means it can be used across the country without posing any risk to the waterways. When you get yourself the Lawn Builder, don't forget to get a spreader. Now, there is a battery-operated one, that's the deluxe model. It's called Scott's Whiz Spreader. It is so easy to use. But this one, well, they've both got the same features. They've got a handy lock switch so you don't waste it, and also a little gauge on the side so it tells you how much you can spread. Once we've got the soil right and the slow release applied, it's going to be a great idea to keep a liquid fertiliser regime. This is absorbed by the foliage so quickly and binds to stems and leaves, ensuring it doesn't wash off when it rains. Great for the spring season.
When it comes to unusual fruit, this has got to be one of the most remarkable, and now's the time to be growing it. This is what's known as dragon fruit. It is a cactus, an epiphyllum, and you can see some beautiful big fruit just starting to form here. You get a white, a red, and a purple form. You can even get a yellow. It's a slightly different species. But the thing with this is it's grown up like this on a frame and it looks fabulous, produces the most incredible fruit, and it grows as simple as popping one of these straight into the ground. It'll drop roots and take off, and now's the time to do it.
Pruning your shrubs and trees is an important part of gardening, and it's done for a few reasons: to improve the shape, reduce the size, and remove any dead, damaged, or diseased branches. Small stems and branches up to the size of your little finger are best done with small pruners, but for those larger and thicker, loppers and saws are the way to go. I've just got a dead branch on the bay tree here, so I'm going to get it with the loppers, and the beauty of these is because they've got long handles, I get that extra reach without having to use a ladder. And I'm just above the other branch and then cut through. These Darlac bypass loppers are perfect for the job. Carefully constructed for strength, durability and comfort. Oval-shaped aluminium handles, carbon steel blades, cushioned buffers to prevent jarring, and rubber grips. Beautiful. For extra power but less effort, ratchet loppers are sensational. It's like having gears on your loppers. Open and place around the branch, close to the first click, open, close, and repeat for serious purchase, up to 50 millimetres thick. Being telescopic is a huge advantage with these. You just push the buttons in, release the locks, and then you can slide down the handle and prune just over 1 metre away. An absolute must in any gardener's pruning arsenal is a folding saw. They're just so handy and compact, they'll fit in your pocket. Now, they open up and lock to reveal the unique saber-tooth pattern here, and they'll make light work of dead or alive, wet or dry wood without clogging. It cuts on the pull stroke as opposed to carpentry saws that cut on the push stroke. You see? Pocket chainsaws are remarkable tools. You've got the chain here with 2 handles, and you just pull back and forth steadily until you're through the branch. The genius in these pocket chainsaws is in the simplicity, and if you want to do higher branches, then you attach the ropes, one at each end, and this side here is weighted. You throw that up over the branch, and then the true guide here will sit the chain automatically into position, and then you just pull on each side with the ropes until you're through the branch. It's beautiful stuff, and when you're done, it all just packs away into this little pouch here. Now, if you want to get your hands on these great Darlac tools, just go to the Mr. Fothergill's website.
How's that for another great show? So much inspiration here in this community garden, and there are so many great community gardens all over Australia these days. If you're not part of one, check them out. Now, that's all we've got for you this week on the show, but if you want to know anything from today's show, check out our website, become a friend on Facebook, and you can ask questions. We do answer them. I'm Trevor Cochran. I'll be back with all the gang next week for another great episode of The Garden Gurus.